are feeding cardboard sheets into a roller machine that cuts them into smaller pieces. A tractor uses a machine with rotating wheels to mechanically weed a row crop field. A Leap-Her mobile tower crane is automatically unfolding its telescopic boom and jib. A metal lathe is spinning and shaping a large metal disc into a deep, cylindrical component. A pellet mill machine is assembled, then fed various materials which are extruded into feed pellets. Workers use a massive industrial cutter to precisely trim large stacks of brightly printed sheet paper. A precision CNC engraving machine delicately carves a shimmering diamond pattern onto a rotating gold bangle. A machine automatically peels and trims large squash or cucumbers on a conveyor belt. Paper tubes are filled with powder, capped with clay, assembled, and tied for firework production. A portable laser welder joins metal pieces, including cleanly attaching a handle to an axe head. A winch pulls an electrical cable into an underground conduit using a wire mesh cable grip. Workers in a processing plant are hanging live poultry onto a moving overhead conveyor belt. A large green dump truck is expertly driven off a low-bed semi-trailer. A powerful machine is punching a clean circular blank out of a metal pipe. A factory worker is removing finished spools of white thread from a textile winding machine. A handheld machine is filling small jars and bottles with cosmetics or perfume on an assembly line. An industrial machine is coating ice cream bars and filling ice cream cones on a food production line. A factory worker uses an air jet tool to rapidly thread strands through a textile production machine. A worker uses a planer machine to precisely shave a flat, smooth surface onto a large metal block. A complex, multi-tool machining center rapidly indexes and applies various drills and bits to a metal part. Printed paper is cut, pressed, and assembled into a round, dragon-themed pin badge using a badge maker. Molten metal is poured into a cracked eggshell, which is later peeled away to reveal a solid metal sphere. Workers are loading rolls of freshly cut sod or turf onto a roller conveyor inside a greenhouse. A massive swarm of synchronized drones launches from the ground to create geometric light patterns in the night sky. A machine uses rotating dies to form a wire into a continuous threaded rod, then cuts it. A child operates an amusement excavator toy to scoop plastic fish from the water into a small tub. Chopped hay, silage is compressed into a tight, plastic-wrapped rectangular bale by an industrial press. Large pipe sections are welded, cleaned, coated with a protective layer, and polished on an automated line. push long bamboo poles along a metal channel while corn cobs move up a conveyor belt. A specialized aquatic harvester pulls up and collects aquatic plants and small snail-like organisms from the river. A woman operates a hydraulic machine to compress a pile of discarded aluminum cans into a solid block. A worker uses a machine to roll and compress a jacket for space-saving vacuum packaging. A worker on a bottling line verifies the fill volume of a red liquor bottle using a large graduated cylinder. A hydraulic breaker attachment on an excavator continuously hammers and breaks up large, piled rocks. Giant rolls of steel coil tumble down a road after a vehicle accident, hitting a white SUV. Metal blanks are forged into large round wok pans using heavy industrial drop hammers in a foundry. A plumber is installing and routing many red PEX water pipes into a distribution manifold. A worker is using a manual machine to bend the edges of a sheet metal panel. Logs are fed through heavy rollers to quickly and automatically strip away the bark and exterior layer. An industrial press machine uses dies to expand a strip of metal into a diamond-patterned expanded mesh. A long wooden beam is smoothly sliced in half lengthwise by a large industrial bandsaw at a sawmill. A mechanical screw press extracts vibrant, greenish-yellow olive oil into a large stainless steel bowl. A craftsman fastens a wooden handle onto a large steel blade using brass pins and a hammer. A construction worker installs clear corrugated roofing panels over a layer of wet cement mix. A metal lathe is turning and shaping a piece of raw material into a smooth, decorative handle. A specialized agricultural machine is twisting long grass stalks into a thick, braided rope. A robotic arm picks up bricks from a rotating table and stacks them for transport. A tracked concrete pump truck extends its boom and pours wet cement on a construction site. A worker uses a roller bending machine to curve a metal tube into an oblong frame. A glass blower molds a glowing glass bubble into an ornate, shell-like pattern using a rotary mold. A worker feeds coal pieces into a machine that extrudes them into square briquettes. A tractor-mounted stump grinder is pulverizing a large tree stump on cleared land. A hydraulic baler compresses a large quantity of colorful aluminum beverage cans into a dense block for recycling. A machine rapidly sorts and fills a tray with thousands of small, red firework tubes. A large industrial machine uses rotary cutters to slice wide rolls of printed tape into narrow finished rolls. An automated machine sorts bottles of orange soda and shrink wraps them into 12 packs. A machine with a rotating blade is slicing a long squash into uniform vegetable rings. A machine presses thick sugarcane stalks through rollers, extracting fresh juice into a bucket. A woodworker uses a vertical spindle shaper to follow a template and cut a curved profile. A stone workshop is cutting, carving, and polishing a large stone block into ornate outdoor furniture. A tractor with a tuber harvesting attachment is digging and lifting sweet potatoes from the soil. A CNC press break rapidly and precisely bend the fido, rectangular tray. A CNC machine precision mills an aluminum block into a detailed, finished car wheel rim. metallized tool broaches internal teeth into a metal ring while continuously lubricating with oil. A worker uses a machine to cut and flatten a large metal barrel into a sheet. A worker uses a sewing machine to attach foil-lined insulation to a printed blue takeaway food bag. A laser welding torch is precisely welding various metal components with minimal heat distortion and sparks. An excavator with a hydraulic grapple attachment is clearing dense grass and mud from a waterlogged field or pond edge. A high-speed metal lathe turns a forged piece of metal, machining it into a threaded shaft component. A money counting machine is rapidly sorting and counting large stacks of banknotes. A powerful hydraulic rock splitter wedge breaks large, reddish-brown boulders into smaller pieces. A metal spinning machine uses rollers to shape a hollow metal cylinder into a wheel rim. A worker is using an industrial sewing machine to stitch the upper sections of a sports shoe. A mobile cement mixer scoops material, rotates its barrel, and discharges fresh concrete onto the ground. A metal press machine uses a die to repeatedly punch and expand a sheet into a mesh grating. A worker efficiently grabs and stacks bags conveyed from above onto a neatly arranged pallet. A metal lathe uses a cutting tool to machine a smooth, precise face onto a rotating metal piece. A laser cutting machine precisely cuts complex contours and slots onto a rotating metal pipe. massive hydraulic press flattens and forges a glowing, white-hot cylindrical metal billet into a rectangular slab. Workers are feeding red plastic raw material into a roller machine to create sheets of faux leather. A large, tracked rock picker machine rakes up and separates boulders from the soil. A metal lathe precision cuts a cylindrical metal tube, forming a series of convex rings and a pointed tip. A large pile-driving drill rig is slowly and carefully unloading itself from a flatbed truck. A massive tree harvester head strips bark and precisely cuts a large log into shorter segments. Racks of plucked chickens are rapidly dipped in a large vat of boiling, bubbling broth. A worker uses a tire cutting machine to slice the rubber off a large tire rim. A worker uses a heavy-duty machine to bend a long metal pipe into a curve. An electric rotating scrubber cleans various dirty kitchen and bathroom surfaces effortlessly, replacing rags and sponges. A bobcat skid steer with a specialized bucket spreads a fresh layer of fine gravel over asphalt pavement. A woodworking machine is carving the bowl of a wooden spoon, creating many wood shavings. A factory worker spray paints hanging white gas cylinders bright red inside a paint booth. A worker spray paints metal speaker baskets white inside a workshop paint booth. A lathe machine uses friction and pressure to heat and weld a round bar onto a rebar rod. A worker uses a spot welding machine to connect multiple cylindrical lithium-ion battery cells with nickel strips. A lathe is machining a metal rod, creating a head, threading it, and finishing it as a bolt. A precision water jet cutter cuts square and arrow shapes out of a flat slab of light-colored stone. A woodworking machine is carving the bowl of a wooden spoon, creating many wood shavings. An automated bottling machine efficiently washes, fills and sanitizes large blue 5-gallon water bottles. A cobbler forces a shoe last into a finished, handmade red velvet slipper using a wooden wedge and hammer. An oxy-fuel cutting torch precisely slices through a thick steel slab to create large metal rings. A specialized forklift carefully stacks hundreds of empty plastic crates incredibly high in a warehouse. A small device is shown mixing chemical fertilizer into a large water tank for agricultural use. A worker clings to collapsing support scaffolding, which then falls completely due to strong winds. A worker is using a machine to sharpen the large teeth of a band saw blade. Sisal fiber is extracted from leaves, spun into rope, and then crafted into espadrille shoe solas.